Hello and welcome to Automation Edge training. I am really glad you are here. In this session, we're going to explore two features that are essential for anyone who manages workflows inside Automation Edge: workflow categories and workflow permissions. By the end of this video, you'll know how to keep your workflows organized, how to control who can access them, and how to scale that structure as your team grows. So let's get started. Before we dive into the technical side, let me tell you a quick story. Meet Amit, an automation administrator at ABC Trading Private Limited, a mid-sized organization running dozens of automated processes across its departments using Automation Edge. On one morning, Amit logs into the Automation Edge server to check and execute on the salary workflow, a critical process that has to run every month end. The moment he opens the workflow list, something feels wrong. Hundreds of workflows are staring back at him. HR onboarding, finance salary processing, IT help desk, all mixed together in one long, unsorted list with no structure whatsoever. Amit spends several frustrating minutes scrolling through the list, looking for a single workflow that should have taken seconds to find. That experience makes one thing clear. As workflows grow in number, an unorganized list becomes a serious problem. What is needed is a way to group workflows logically, the same way files on a computer are kept in folders rather than scattered across the desktop. Finance reports in one folder, HR documents in another, IT logs somewhere else. That is exactly what workflow categories provide inside Automation Edge. Finance workflows, salary calculation, tax deduction, allowance processing, organized into a finance category. HR workflows, onboarding, leave approval, organized into an HR category. With categories in place, every workflow has a defined home. Finding, managing, and monitoring them becomes straightforward, regardless of how many exist. So what exactly is a workflow category? In simple terms, a workflow category is a logical container that groups related workflows together, making them easier to find, manage, and monitor. Think of it as a filing cabinet for your workflows. Instead of one giant disorganized pile, you have clearly labeled drawers. Now, let's see steps for creating workflow category. Log in to Automation Edge, click Workflows, then select Categories. Click the Add New button. In the form that appears, enter a category name and a description. Click Create to save. Now let's go to Automation Edge server and see this practically. Alright, I'm now logged into the Automation Edge server. On the left side, I'll click on Workflows and then Categories. This is where all your categories live. Now I'll click on Add New up here in the top right corner. A simple form appears. I just need a name and a description. For this demo, I'll create a category called HR, and in the description I'll write all HR-related workflows. Now I'll click Create, and there it is. Workflow category created successfully. The HR category now appears in our category list. Clean and ready. You can create as many categories as your organization needs. Finance, IT, operations, legal. The structure is completely up to you. Let's look at what else you can do with categories once they're created. Editing a category. If you need to rename a category or update the description, just use the Edit option next to any category. You can update the name and the description, then save, quick and easy. Deleting a category. And if a category is no longer needed, you can delete it. When you click Delete, a confirmation pop-up appears. Just confirm and it's gone. When a category is deleted, all workflows inside it automatically move to the default category. No workflows are ever lost or deleted. They're safely moved. You've now seen how categories work, but let's quickly step back and talk about why they matter. Organized view, faster search, easier management. Finance teams manage finance workflows. HR teams manage HR workflows. Better reporting, track performance, usage, and success rates by category. So, better permission management. Each workflow belongs to only one category at a time, but you can always move it to a different category later. Automation Edge automatically provides a default category. So even if you haven't created any custom categories yet, your workflows always have a home. When you publish or import new workflow, we can select the category. But what about the workflows already sitting in the default category? How do you move them? Automation Edge gives you two easy options. Method 1, move using the dropdown. Method 2, drag and drop. Let's see this practically. The first method, move using the dropdown, uses the move option inside the interface. Select the category that currently contains your workflow, in this case, the default category. Your workflows appear on the right side. Check the box next to the workflow you want to move. From the destination category dropdown, select the target category, for example, finance. Click the Move button. Workflow moves successfully. Message appears. If I now open the finance category, I can see the salary calculation workflow is right there. Perfect. Method 2, drag and drop. The second method is even more intuitive. Simple drag and drop. Just hover over the workflow you want to move. Click and drag it and drop it into the category on the left. Let me move the WF candidate data workflow into the HR category this way. Done. Success message confirmed. It really is that simple. Now that workflows are organized into categories, let's talk about something equally important. Permissions. Just because a workflow exists, does that mean everyone in your organization should be able to see it, run it, or even modify it? The answer is no. The finance team shouldn't be able to edit HR onboarding workflows. And not every employee needs to trigger the salary calculation workflow. Workflow permissions in AutomationEdge give you that control. With permissions, interdepartment data confidentiality or privacy is maintained. There are 3 levels of permission you can assign to any workflow or category. 1. View can view workflow details only, cannot run or edit. 2. Run can view and run the workflow. 3. Modify, full access to view, run, and edit the workflow. Let's go into AutomationEdge and assign permissions to a workflow. I'm now in Permission Manager. Let me click on Workflow Permissions. Here I can see all workflows and categories. I'll select the salary calculation workflow. On the right, I can choose to assign a permission to a specific user or to an entire group. Let me assign Run permission to the Finance Team user group, and click Save. Done. That group can now view and execute the salary calculation workflow, but they cannot modify it. Here's a concept that often comes up: computed permissions. Let me give you a scenario. Suppose a user named Peter individually has run permission on a workflow, but Peter also belongs to a user group that has modify permission on that same workflow. What permission does Peter actually have? The answer is modify. AutomationEdge automatically applies the highest permission level available, whether it comes from the user directly or from any group they belong to. This is called computed permission, and it ensures users always get the most appropriate access without you needing to micromanage every combination. Here's a powerful shortcut worth knowing. Instead of assigning permissions to each workflow one by one, you can assign permissions at the category level. When you assign a permission to a category, every workflow inside that category automatically inherits the same permission. So if you give the HR team modify access to the HR category, they automatically get modify access to every workflow inside it, including any new ones added in the future. This is especially useful when you're onboarding a new team or restructuring access across departments. One last thing, I want to show you how category makes our catalog view better. When you open the catalog menu in AutomationEdge, workflows from the default category are shown by default. But you can switch categories using the drop-down in the top right corner. Select HR, and now only HR workflows are shown. Select Finance, and you see only Finance workflows. Clean category-wise and completely organized. Exactly how it should be. Let's do a quick recap of everything we covered. Today's key takeaways. Workflow categories organize workflows into logical groups, just like folders on your computer. Why it's important. How to create category and how move workflow in category. Giving permissions. Who can see, execute, or edit your workflows. Category-level permissions propagate to all workflows inside, saving time and keeping access control scalable. And that's a wrap on workflow categories and permissions in AutomationEdge. I hope this session gave you a clear picture of how to keep your automation environment organized, secure, and ready to scale. If you have questions, want to explore more, or want to connect with other AutomationEdge users, head over to the AutomationEdge community. The link is right there on your screen. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and happy automating.